Tell me your name.
Hi, I'm Marsha Botzer.
Okay, and when were you born?
1947, February of 1947.
Yeah, were you born here in Seattle?
In Seattle, up on Queen Anne Hill.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How was Seattle back then?
Well, I'll tell you this, the one thing I really recognize is that it was quieter, a lot quieter. Now, maybe that's just myth, what I remember, but I think there's some accuracy to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quieter, it was much smaller, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were the industries like at that time? What was the main sort of industry in Seattle, would you say?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure I'm the one for that, but I do remember that it was a lot of fishing, logging, that sort of thing in the periphery, and all the usual business things downtown. But in '62, when the World's Fair came along, that was the first time that I was aware that the town could bring together a lot of fairly high-level business and production sorts of things.
What was the World Fair? What is that exactly?
Oh yeah, they used to do World's Fair, literally. They'd go around different countries, that sort of thing. It'd be a lot of nations would bring their pavilions, that sort of thing. And to put one together was a big deal. And what I remember and what I know of this is that Seattle was too small a sort of town to be considered for such a thing.
Yeah.
There'd been a World's Fair, the Yukon Exposition here in 1902, 1904, I don't know, early on. But some folks got together, actually my father was involved in that, and they somehow pulled it off. They did a World's Fair in 1962 from summer through October, ending right about now, the time that we're doing this interview. This time of the month in October of '62 it ended.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I had a good summer that year because I learned as a kid that whenever family or friends were in town, if they were willing to pay my way into the fair, then I would show them around. So I got into the fair many times.
So that was your ticket.
It was a good experience.
That's awesome.
It was.
So what did your father do?
He was an attorney.
Okay. All right. What kind of law did he practice?
My dad, when in his law practice, actually, here's a story. We are sitting in the very building where his office existed. We're on the 5th floor. He was on the 14th floor. So when I walked in today, for example, in the lobby, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm 10 years old again, visiting my dad at his office. So yeah, he did everything. In the early years, a whole lot of pro bono work for families that were just trying to get on, that sort of thing. Later in his career, more mixture of business and service kinds of things.
So you grew up on Queen Anne. What high school did you go to?
The high school I went to was Queen Anne High School, which now is condominiums. I thought, seriously, I ought to buy Miss Hicks' homeroom. Oh, I should have done that. But in any event, it's there. And then Queen Anne Grade School is also condominiums.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.